We are back, episode number 56, Smack Talk Live, going down week to week. You have one mainstay in Power Slap, and that is that us two knuckleheads are going to get on here, talk all things Power Slap. It's an exciting time. They just finished up the first ever Power Slap Combine. Not sure what they're officially calling it or naming it, but obviously it's part of their new recruiting strategy to be able to get an opportunity to look at athletes, be able to educate athletes. We know Mark Smith was there. They can give an information session on the rules about it and bring in the former champs, Robert Trujillo, Anthony Blackburn, Wolverine, bring the champs in so that they can teach the next crop of athletes about the sport. So when they go back to their homes, to be able to prepare for the athletes that do get contracts going forward, that they're training right and properly, and ultimately leading to better fights with less fouls and a safer sport overall. Ding, another week in the books. How have you been?
Shucking and jiving, man. A lot of stuff. I don't know. Last 6 months, I'll say, it feels like there's more substance to all of this, even though there's not necessarily events back to back. Obviously, we were a month removed from an event that was a month removed from another event. That was 2 months removed from another event. I just think like the waves are just, they're bigger now. And I think a lot of people are talking. There's a lot of real stuff kind of happening. Humans are being humans, and it's a really exciting time.
For sure. We're definitely getting some storylines coming out of the world of Power Slap. We're seeing obviously the big move from Rumble over to YouTube, attached to VChain. And so now we have a certainty of where the new home for Power Slap is going to be. We're wondering that now for upwards of 6+ months after the Rumble deal expired and what was going to happen. And ultimately, Dana White, Frank, Erica, the whole brass decided that they were going to bet on themselves with this VChain deal and YouTube, which I think is incredibly important for them and the growth. And obviously, we're seeing some of the ramifications with that as it relates to the distribution strategy that they're coming to market with. And I think we're going to see how that frequency of events are going to change, the type of events that are also going to change. And, it's definitely an exciting time to come. We're getting a lot of new talent into the division as well. In the last event, we had 8 fights on the undercard. I don't believe, the majority of them have been released yet in their entirety. However, we've seen pretty well the highlights of almost all those fights, but we've never had 8 full fights on the undercard, 16 total fights in one night. So we see more and more athletes coming in this combine here also, like I talked about off the top of the show, for recruiting athletes into, seemingly pretty much every weight class, I believe, was represented in it in some capacity. Lightweight, welter, middle, light heavy, super. And then we had a couple women as well as part of it. So definitely looking at, rounding out the roster, getting new athletes in. And of course, I'm sure we'll talk about this until it's announced, but Power Slap 13, what's going on with it? Usually we know when the next event is, but at this particular moment, we don't have that. I think in all anticipation, we'd like to see something in May. At this point, we still don't know if May is going to happen or not. And I think we've got to stay tuned to get a little bit more information. I think it's going to come relatively quickly. If they're going to pull it off, they have to give these fighters at least 4 or 5 weeks to be able to prep, get all the contract signs, medicals, everything in place, and obviously book a venue wherever it may be, in Vegas or elsewhere. So, time is ticking. Now I think we're sitting at the 9th of April as we do this show. And, I think I'd expect that we get an announcement within the next week if we are going to get a show sometime in May. Wouldn't you agree, Ding?
Yeah, this is a little uncharacteristic, but I just think there's a lot going on. The training camps, figuring out what the sort of vision for those are. Is that going to play into something larger? And then again, as you start to shuffle in more people, we know there was 18 people that attended this training camp, plus 3 athletes who are already on the roster, plus the coaches. As you start to build out this roster more and more, we know there were some cuts, but it seems like few and far between. You got to have more events to support these athletes being able to get up there, compete, and continue to keep their not only their deal, but also keep themselves ready. And then hopefully at some point, at some stage, we can actually expand that top 10 to a top 15.
Absolutely. All right, let's bring in our first guest. Jackie, the hybrid Cataline, joins us. How are you, Jackie?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. Great to see your Power Slap card collection growing once again. I know you were there and whatnot last night. And rumors circulating. Did you get those one-on-ones up on eBay yet?
So I put the dumpling one of one up, but I'm not sure I want to part with the Dana yet.
Well, well, I'll let you do a little self-promotion.
Yeah,
Head over to Jackie Cataline's eBay page. She has a dumpling one of one gold armed and dangerous up there. Beautiful
I
card.
do. It is.
Yeah, absolutely it is. Looks like you're in beautiful sunny California right now. Looks like a wonderful day.
I am. It's actually been pretty hot out here since I got back from Oklahoma, but I'm at the high school right now. I'm at wrestling practice.
Oh, amazing. It seems like every time we get you, you're at wrestling practice. So that's
It's my
awesome.
life.
Absolutely. Obviously things didn't go your way, in Oklahoma, but how are you
Yeah,
feeling right now?
I feel good. I honestly I a lot of people don't know this. I was dealing with a kidney infection the week prior. So the Wednesday before I left, which I left on a Sunday, the Wednesday before I was actually in the emergency room, they put me on like a prescription of antibiotics, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I should pull out this close.
Mhm.
I was still kind of dealing with that. And even like when I was at sparring today, I kind of still felt like, oh God, I'm not 100%. So after I did lose the fight, I talked to Shannon the very next day and I said, hey, I want a rematch. Like, I want to be 100% when I fight this girl because this girl's totally beatable, just not when I'm not
Mhm.
100%. So, well, we're definitely going to run it back.
Awesome. Is that for sure? I know last night you
Yeah.
teased us. You said potentially there might be a couple other organizations, things in the works. You said that you want to come back in May and fight MMA.
So the thing with fighting for a different promotion other than Invicta, because I love Invicta,
Mhm.
is that my boyfriend is also a professional fighter, and he's getting to the end of his career, and I would like us to be on a card together. So
Amazing.
he has a potential fight in May for a promotion that's in Southern California, and they're trying to get me on it. The problem is most local girls are not gonna want to fight me, so it's hard for them. But we're working on it.
Yeah. Well, I guess you can't fight yourself, so you got to find some
No.
willing competitor to do
Yeah.
so. Awesome. Dang, over to you.
Jackie, always great to see you.
Thank you.
I've kind of been causing some trouble as I traditionally do, and I've
Yeah.
been drumming up some, this big reveal, something that we've actually known for a while, but I don't think we covered it well. I don't think it really kind of hit the airwaves. So I wanted to hit the airwaves now because I think your return is more imminent today than it was yesterday, so to speak.
Yeah.
Um, what is next for you in Power Slap, particularly related to where you want to be weight class wise?
So I've already spoken with Power Slap and I informed them that I would like to go down to 135 pounds. Um, for my MMA career, it makes sense. The UFC does not have a 145-pound weight class. So for me to stay up competing at 145 pounds, if I want to go to the UFC, makes no sense. I know Paige and everybody dropped down to 125, and I know she doesn't want to compete against me, so it opens up 135 for me. Um, so yeah, I my next power slaps, as long as they want me at 135, I'll go down to 135.
Are you concerned at all that you kind of alluded to? Most of the ladies who are at that weight either went up or down. Are
Mhm.
you concerned at all that there's kind of nobody there at the moment? So being there kind of puts you in a world of your own.
Um, I mean, not really. I feel like they, with this whole like camp that they did, and I know they're trying to bring more girls in. There's gonna be people there for me to slap. Um, and honestly, it doesn't make sense for them to keep me or Paige or Chelsea in the same weight class because, to be honest, if one of us gets knocked out by the other, you lose that fan base. You lose that draw. That person may not come back. So it's smart for them to open up multiple weight classes, in my opinion. Um, so yeah, I mean, 135 is probably going to be it for me.
Now, speaking of the training camp, there is. I'm not gonna. I won't go too far into this, but there is a person in the training camp that I think you may be interested in, and that fight would keep you at 145. Can you talk to me a little bit about who that person might be and what fight you might be interested in? Why?
uh, I know who you're referring to, obviously. I would stay at 145 to go against her just because I don't fucking like her brother. So, um, But in reality, the best thing for me career-wise is to go down to 135, but if they do offer me to compete against her at 145 because she can't make 135, I'll do it. Just because then I don't have to cut any weight anyways. So,
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, Jackie's talking about another Jackie, which is crazy. But the other Jackie's last name is Thomas, uh, akin to the older sister of KO, Chris Thomas.
mhm.
She participated in the training camp. I don't know how much you've seen of her. She's had some amateur MMA fights.
I haven't really
Um,
seen a lot.
she definitely doesn't. I mean, I know Corey in their interview, he asked about Blackburn and what that was like, and she seemed to kind of separate herself and just kind of say like, yeah, like let Chris and him have their thing, let them have their thing.
Yeah.
When it came to you, it seemed like a whole different story, just based on just based on the fact that she's his older sister.
Yeah.
Why would that satisfy sort of your disdain for him? Why would competing against her kind of, I guess, be meaningful to you or appealing to you when she's a newcomer?
Honestly, he made some shit personal. And it wasn't like you're not attacking me because we're gonna compete against each other. You know that we're not. So it's like he just said some personal shit online. He's not owning up to it. He's not being a man about it. And that irks me, obviously. And if I get a chance to knock out a Thomas, no matter who it is, the brother, the sister, whoever, I'm down.
That's awesome. So it doesn't matter if she's a nice lady or anything. Like
Yeah, I
she's
mean, I'm gonna knock you out and then we can be friends after if you want to be friends after. I'm cool with that.
that's awesome. Um, what do you think about what's going to happen in the future as far as events go? I mean, do you think we see something in May? Do you think the next time we see an event is Power Slap, 13 at International Fight Week? Like, what is your kind of, I guess, assessment of the fact that we're a month removed from the last event and we still know nothing about what's next?
In my opinion, I don't think they have something in May. They were really pushing for the Miami and they just couldn't get it done. So I think the next thing for them that will be the easiest for them to set up is because it's in Vegas, it's International Fight Week. There's already like he likes to attach it to something that's going on, UFC wise. So I think that most likely is going to be 13. And honestly, if they try and do something in May, it's just not enough time for people to one, cut weight, get ready. Like 90% of the people that do power slap are not professional athletes, so it's going to take them a little bit more time to, hey, get ready and figure out who they're competing against. And that's the one thing that I don't really like that much about power slap is that it's very last minute. It's very like, hey, let me call you on 2 weeks notice. And it's, as much as it is new and everybody's like, "Oh, I just wanna do it. I don't care how much time I have." You need time to get ready for your opponent, just like a fight. So, that's the one thing I don't like. They don't give us that much time, but hopefully, the next thing will be in June, and they're working on it now and trying to put opponents together and, all of that.
So you mentioned something that kind of sparked an interesting question, and I say this with all due respect, and I think that based on how often we've conversed, I think you'll take it that way. I think when you first started to sport, my own personal opinions, you kind of looked at it as like, I'm a credentialed MMA athlete, like this is slap, like
Yeah.
okay. I find that over time it feels like I don't want to say take it more seriously because that would be disrespectful to the you when you debuted. But I'll say that I think you respect it more
Oh,
as a
100%.
competition. Okay, can you talk a
Yeah.
little bit about that, like how that changed and why?
I feel like when I first initially started doing this, they reached out to me. I knew nothing about it. I had never seen any of the viral clips. I wasn't, into it. So to me, it was like, oh, I'm just standing there letting somebody smack me. How fucking hard can this be? Like, you don't have to worry about your cardio. You don't have to, really do a lot. You just stand up there. And as I've progressed and I've moved along, and I've done 4 slap events now. There's actually a lot of technique and a lot of things that go into hitting the right way and taking the slap. And, when I first started, I didn't know any of that. And as I've progressed and trained with certain people, like I've learned that, okay, it's not MMA. It's never going to be MMA, but it does require technique. It does require, training. It does require certain things that now I respect more because I know this now, doing it for the last year. So
Yeah, I mean, you're a power slap mainstay at this point. Last one, and I'll let you get back to wrestling. Some of the names at bantamweight I think that are intriguing, and I'd like for you to kind of pick who you think would be somebody that you're like, you know what, I'd jump on that. So you got Ty Emery, Nicole Schaefer, Maria Favela, and Marisol Ruelas. One of those four ladies, who would you say is the most compelling, the most interesting, the most intriguing matchup for you at 35?
Ty, just because she also is a fighter, and honestly, she does some shit I wouldn't do. I would never do bare knuckles. So,
Yeah.
obviously she's tough. I watched her last fight. So yeah, I think that's the most intriguing of the three. And the second two names I don't really know. So they could be intriguing. I just don't know who they are.
Do you know Nicole Schaefer? She's who Ty went up against. You know who that is.
Yeah.
Maria Favela is also an MMA fighter.
Okay.
Actually had a bout with cancer. Pretty big story. I'd encourage you to check in, like look into that a little bit. Pretty respectable. Kind of bounce back. Being an MMA athlete, getting cancer, fighting cancer, going back to MMA. And then Marisol Ruelas has done some professional fights, but I think that she's kind of trying to figure out where she wants to plant her feet. But I think personally, like you said, I mean, Nicole and Ty are BKFC, they're cool with the bare knuckle stuff. I agree with you. I think that's a bit different. You saw Ty's last fight a couple of weeks ago. I mean,
I did.
She was wearing it. She was wearing it for sure.
100%.
That's like, so if you had to rank, so that kind of brought up another question. Last one, I promise. If you had to rank like where these sports are as far as toughness, I guess, right? Slap, MMA, bare knuckle. You could even throw like karate combat in there if you want to. Like, what would you say is kind of from least toughness is a weird way to put it because everybody's tough for doing them. But I guess brutality, let's call it.
Well, bare knuckle is number one, clearly. They actually offered me a contract and I turned it down because I do not want my face to look like that. And then I think MMA and then slapping and then combat karate. I don't think I don't even think that makes the list.
Awesome, Jackie. Thank you so much for joining us. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, of course.
We look forward to seeing you at 135 and hopefully, listen, I think Battle of the Jackies is a really incredible story.
Jackie versus Jackie. I'm down.
I think it gives you some closure with that situation being that you cannot compete against the male version. But his sister, I don't know how much she is like him, but she looks ridiculously like him, which is crazy.
I mean, there's probably not a lot of people that are like him, so I'm sure she's not that much like him.
Awesome, Jackie. Thank you so much. We'll
Thank
talk
you guys.
to you soon.
All right.
Take care.
All right, bye.
See you, Jackie.
Always fun, man.
Yeah, Jackie's great sport. Very vocal. We've kind of touted her as the best smack talker on the female side in Power Slap. Obviously had a lot of controversy around her debut versus Sheena. Was at Power Slap 7, I guess, at the Durango. And she's been around for a while. And always exciting every time she gets up there. There's always storylines to be told, and she's entertaining in every single match along the way. And, great for the sport of Power Slap. Obviously, she's a multi-sport athlete, very accomplished wrestler back in the day. If you ask her, she probably still says she's an accomplished wrestler. She can probably wipe out the whole high school team that she trains right now, which is why she's there coaching. As you said, tough as nails. And I'm sure we'll see her back real soon.
Yeah, I will. What I'll say is that I'm extremely glad that things turned out the way they did for Jackie. In the beginning, I think I was concerned that she would kind of come and go. She didn't seem particularly interested, and I kind of touched on that. This seemed like something that was like, I really have a goal here. I think that this exposure is important for that goal. But I just didn't feel like her heart was in it. It was just kind of like, this is thoroughfare. I'm hoping that this will carry me to where I want to be. And I think that some element of that still exists, but I just feel like the respect that she's built, understanding that this game is just so much different from MMA, and sort of acknowledging and accepting that they don't have to be the same thing. It doesn't have to be, the same fan base. That part of it doesn't really matter. And I think for all intents and purposes, and I may be wrong about this, and if I am, I'll eat my words, but I think Jackie rose to social media stardom from Power Slap. I just think that that's the truth. I
Yeah, absolutely.
think she
I mean,
exploded from the power slap footage.
yeah, I mean, even here today, I mean, she's still making very clear her goal is to make it to the UFC. So, she's not mixing words. From the day that she came in, she had one goal, one aspiration. Obviously, she's been able to make, career here in Power Slap, and she's, as you said, she's gaining that notoriety and that attention. And as we know how much and how important it is for these athletes to continue to build their fan base and their social following along the way, the excitement, the intrigue, and she's definitely doing that, and she's getting in front of the right people. We'll see if it happens. It hasn't happened yet. I think eventually the day will come. I mean, Jackie, not just being female, but I think obviously she's probably one of the guys closer to that. Obviously Robert Trujillo had some hopes and aspirations of transferring to the UFC at one point as well. I haven't seen him. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure when the last time he had an MMA match, but seemingly has been probably a year or so away.
He hasn't competed since end of 2023.
Yeah, so very much has put his focus, front and center on Power Slap, and seemingly obviously being the champ. I mean, it worked out for him. He didn't accumulate the damage and everything that he would have of MMA. And there was a long time where he didn't have a match in Power Slap. I mean, probably upwards of a year, I would say, around that same time that he stopped MMA and just had to keep focused on what it is that he's doing. And we'll see. But that 155 division is going to be interesting on how they pivot and where they go, with this. Now, obviously, we don't know the status of Joshua Bovaer and how he's going to factor into this whole thing. But obviously, Dakota McGregor just coming off the loss to Robert. We've got King DeFrank, who I believe was ranked number 4 overall, loses to Riley Montoya. Like, what do you see next in that 155?
I think Bovaer is the catalyst to everything. I think he's the outlier. I think Bovaer is the question mark in that division. Because if he exists, is he really that guy? And if he doesn't exist, there'll always be that question: what if he still did? And I think for a guy like Robert Trujillo, for anybody who's at the top of that division, for that matter, whether that be 1, 2, or 3, or the champion, I think everybody wants to beat the best guy and put those rumors, that speculation to rest. And so as long as Joshua Bovaer walks to earth, I think there'll always be a question about what he could potentially do should he get that opportunity. I guess the challenge is just getting him to fight night and getting him to compete against somebody, because it seems like there were some rumblings that was the original match, that it was Joshua Bovaer, Robert Trujillo for the championship. Before Dakota McGregor came around. We don't know what happened there for sure. We can't necessarily confirm anything. We didn't talk to Josh about what might have went on. No contracts were officially signed, which is why the match was never publicly announced. But there's a question now. That's 2, right? He had the one in October. Now he's got the one again when March is coming around. Like, is his heart still in it? Is this something that he wants to do? And if it's not, nothing but respect. Bow off to the guy, congratulate him and commend him for his accomplishments. But you have to know that the future doesn't exist with Joshua Bovaer in it. And so now we can move on. But until then, he'll always be that what's next question mark. I also think, to Cole's point, great point, Andrew Fields debuting in the lightweight rankings is surprising, because he didn't compete at lightweight in Power Slap 12. He had a great performance, but he competed at 70. So him being in those rankings tells us a lot, especially where he debuted. He adds a very interesting element of flavor to this entire equation. You also got a guy like William Shockey up there. Isaac Winter's another one that was up there putting out bombs, right? The boxing background, really quiet, unassuming guy, but very, very powerful. Anthony DeFrank, of course, brutal knockout, but he's still that guy, right? We've seen his performances. He has knockout power. It wasn't his night at Power Slap 12, but that doesn't mean that he can't still be a contender in that division, fix the mistakes that he made that night, and come back and have this resurgence. So there's still a lot of questions in that division. And I think Dakota McGregor, you're going to have a difficult time if you're number 3. Even Riley has already said it publicly. If you're from numbers 3 to 10, or even number 1, because Joshua Bovaer has never competed against him, but particularly 3 to 10, just that they're under Dakota. If you got to get through Dakota to go to the top, you got a real, real difficult challenge in front of you. And I think most of these guys know that.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely shows a lot to see, typically when you have a title match, the individual that fails usually goes to the number 1 contender spot. However, Dakota McGregor goes to number 2, and they've placed Joshua Bovaer at number 1 in these initial rankings that they've posted up over on Instagram. Obviously, it's not up on the website yet, But kind of interesting that they dropped him to 2 and Josh to 1. So to me, that means obviously they must have some resemblance of confidence that Joshua Bovair is going to come back. We check in from time to time with him. We try to let him obviously have his space, and we get, the rare updates, and everything seems to be going good for him. Sometimes obviously, life is bigger than the sport itself, and, everyone's got to get right, be both there mentally, physically, and, in the right place to be able to take on an endeavor to compete as a professional athlete. And Joshua Rivera is one of those guys, from I'm going to say it, from Canada, that, I think everybody, including Ding, the biggest Trump supporter in the building, to actually want to see back in Power Slap. So I think he'll take the tariff off, and he'll find a way to get the economic flight over to Las Vegas to make that happen. So, so I think it's interesting, man. I think there's a lot to talk about there. I think we could definitely get into, more and more about it as kind of time comes on.
I'm sorry, I just had to illustrate this. His he was flipped for whatever reason, so his jersey is backwards.
Oh, amazing!
And everybody
Does that
else,
work?
everybody else is not like that. So
yeah, I seen this week a lot of strikers.
Slap. He's the outlier.
Yeah,
it seems like they're trying to fill this out, right? You got Raiden. I'm not gonna lie to you, I did not know that was his nickname.
What was it?
The Animal. I don't think I've ever heard that. It's interesting to see Mark Chambers on here. I don't know that we can read into this. I'm not really sure. I know there's some people missing. The records are not all correct. Like, where's Camo at? Camo's on here. Cameron Bates, like, I mean, we haven't seen him. It didn't seem like we would ever see him. Fabricio Baroon, Ron Alavi, those guys all make sense. But, like, there's some people on here that I'm like, I don't know if this makes a lot of sense. Like, Brent Draper, Jesus Gaspar Diaz is down here still. I didn't realize he was 1-4, by the way. Morgan Fryer, Gray, Ty, Maria, Lorenzo, Andrew. And look, so Andrew's listed here as welterweight, but he's in the lightweight rankings.
Mm-hmm.
Caesar, let's see if we see anybody else that stands out. They got to fix Hunter's picture because Hunter do not look like that. Sir Isaac, I did not know that was his nickname. Battleborn, didn't know that was his nickname.
Actually, I thought it was funny. Actually, I see Slap for Castro up there. You know that both super heavies in the camp both stated when I asked them who they want to make their Power Slap debut against, they both picked Slap for Cash.
Said Slap for Cash. Yeah, they sure did. If you guys have not seen those interviews, they're all on our page. Get to know these people. Some of them got really, really interesting stories, and we talked about it. 375 pound male, overcame a battle with rare kidney disease that he's still kind of, I don't want to say struggling with. I don't want to speak for him, but go check out his story. Really, really interesting tie-in to how he's here and some history with some of the people involved in this all, and it's incredible. He's 375 pounds, can do the splits, can do a backflip. Like, the dude is just a really, really interesting specimen, athletic, ability. What else do we got? A 6'6", 155 pounder. That's bizarre. We did a little, playful kind of reel that we released of him and Robert Trujillo facing off. Robert Trujillo is like, I think 5'5", maybe at best. Mm-hmm. So this guy's a whole entire foot taller than him, and Trujillo's trying to face off, and like he's putting his hand he's basically trying to touch the moon. And what else do we have is interesting? Hayden Johnson, we got an interview with him. Another 155er, maxed out the neck force on the combine, which is something that you see from super heavyweights. So this guy's at 155 and is pulling the same weight with his neck force that these guys are. So another incredible, athletic talent. And then the women, right? Jackie Thomas, like KO Chris Thomas's older sister. I can't say we haven't talked enough for me to say if they're alike at all or anything like that, but they look alike, and that is kind of freaky actually. And she's also an athlete, right? She's got combat sports experience. She's fought amateur MMA fights. So if she hits anywhere near what this guy hits, where some of the ladies in her division are gonna be in some trouble. We also have Ava Knight is up there, former flyweight. I don't want to get this wrong. She was a flyweight champion in two different boxing divisions, or two boxing promotions, I should say. that's probably the most credentialed boxer that we've ever had come anywhere near this sport. So really, really exciting. Also a very great personality. We got Destiny McCubbins, transitioning more to like the reporter and media side for herself in the MMA world. But definitely somebody that's been around for a long time, has professional fights under her belt also. So another great personality. Let's see who else we got that I didn't mention. Maleke Williams, definitely somebody that's been chomping at the bit, really, really working hard to get himself the opportunity. So glad to see him get his shot. I think what is important to clarify here is that none of these athletes walked in there with contracts. I cannot confidently say today that none of them still have contracts at this moment. Some of them may have signed contracts. We don't know. But they're all – that's the interesting part about all this, is that they're all prospects, so to speak, in that they don't have a deal. They're really there to learn, to soak in everything and figure out, is this something that they want to do? So really, really interesting. They actually updated my name after I asked. Cody Wayne. Am I missing something? Oh, that's my guy, Cody. Your middle name is Wayne? Big Bird. Yeah, because he was in there as what? You used to Cody Og or something like that?
Yeah.
What is that, by the way, Big Bird? What is Og? Can you tell us in chat what's the mystery there? Let's see who else we got. Street Jesus. That's a good one. Oh, look, Grootwit. So Grootwit never competed. It's interesting that they put him on here.
Yeah. So I'd expect to see him over probably on a tape fight for one of the next either Saudi cards or Abu Dhabi.
Oh, dude, that's a good catch, Fat. So she has a Contender Series outfit on.
Interesting.
So they took her photo from when she was on the Contender Series.
That's PETA?
Yeah, it's PETA.
Oh, nice. Interesting.
That's fun. Obviously, you could tell Ty Emery's only competition was in Saudi Arabia. This is the get up here.
Oh yeah, with the long sleeve.
Yeah, she's the only one.
Interesting.
Well, Nicole Schaefer's not on here.
Oh, I was going to say, you know what? Actually, like seeing Nicole Schaefer in person, I actually think Nicole and Jackie would actually be an entertaining fight. To be honest with you, I'm surprised she didn't really, give much credence to it.
My birth last name is Og. It's Canadian French. I'm assuming French Canadian. Wayne is my stepmom's last name. I kind of just adopted it when I was younger. Okay, good clarification. But Harasnik is like your real name? Iron Channel Mercenaries still don't got their photos. I'm assuming
that's what it is. Yeah.
You know what it is, Fat? Well, we found out, and hopefully I'm not saying anything I'm not supposed to here, but the way that they update this website, it's all in the future. So it all comes out incrementally. It's not like this is like they push out an update and then it's live. Like it's all very slow moving, and that's why you saw the rankings didn't get officially updated on social, because the website is still it's doing things when it kind of wants to, based on how quickly it can move. Do you think we see Darius the Destroyer back, man?
I don't think so. I mean, I think he's been radio silence ever since, man. I think we got a better chance to see him over in chest chop than we do in power slap. So, did the video of Jackie Thomas striking, did that ever make it public?
It did not.
Okay. Then scratch that. You probably don't feel comfortable showing it, do you?
I don't have it. But if you have it on you, we can show it. Chris, so? I think KO Chris will forgive you.
I mean, it's up to you. You tell me, buddy.
Let's do it, man. You said it. Now it's all awkward. Everybody's looking at us. There's a lot of pressure. Yeah, I'm a little nervous.
Why are you a little nervous, man?
I don't even see.
You don't be that nervous, dude.
Because I got Jackie on one side and KO Chris on the other, bro. I don't know which was worse.
I think we're good, man. We'll make it happen.
You have it?
Yeah, I got it, man.
All right, here we go. You guys can get your first look at Jackie Thomas. Boom. It's weird how much she looks like her brother, man. Jesus. I guess he looks like her because she's the elder. You can see she's working on keeping those feet down. And, she's looking pretty powerful, honestly. I don't know. What you guys tell me what you think. That's the first look at Jackie Thomas.
Yeah, looks pretty good to me, man. Looks very reminiscent of KO Chris, I got to say. A pretty heavy hand for a girl you said at 145.
45, yeah, 45.
So
Here, what
no,
about this? Well, I gotta stop it and I gotta present it again because you messed it all up.
of course I did.
What about him? He was a big. I feel like there's still a lot of steam behind Safarov. I think he could still be a problem. He's young. I thought he did it. I thought he did a good job on the show. He was tough. I hope we see him back. Who's Hayden and Maleke? Well, Maleke Williams is the Samoan Slayer on Instagram, and Hayden I think it's Hayden Johnson or something like that. Hayden maxed out neck force. Maleke's just been consistent, persistent. He's been posting on social. He's been doing everything you should if you're trying to get into the sport. So kudos to him, man. Very, very happy that his hard work has paid off. Again, I mean, he doesn't have a deal, but I think, that's close. When did they fight? They did not fight. I think they're trying to drum that up. Let's see who else we missed here. Slap of all trades. That's a great name. Again, did not know that was his nickname. Action Merlis Musikis. Zakir has no nickname. Steve-O from Congo.
That's actually like a low-key underrated good nickname, man, for sure.
He's got that personality, man. They need to give him more camera time. Steve-O's got it. If you watch his videos on Instagram, he's got it. He knows what he's doing. You just got to give him the opportunity. I believe still the tallest on the roster. Barely, Aaron. Look, I'm gonna mess with Mr. Turner here. How are you 200 and whatever pounds, and there's a guy who's 155 pounds who's only 1 inch shorter than you? You got 100 pounds of the guy, and he's only 1 inch taller. The Big Bad Wolf. Did you know that was Provo's nickname?
The Big Bad Wolf?
You did.
I did not.
Just judging by what you just said, you definitely did not.
I did not.
Oh, there's a female baby face.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. Hold on, let me show you this.
What are we looking at?
Hold on. I gotta switch browsers. That's according to Aaron, that's Austin Dunning.
It's probably a fairly accurate representation, I'd say.
Tall, lanky.
That's funny.
That's rough.
That's funny.
All right, let's go back to this and have more fun.
You're having fun with the nicknames?
Yeah, I mean, a female baby face is great. Let me take this out. I didn't know that, and I agree that she does have a baby face. How old is Nicole Schaefer actually? She's another one I think people sleep on. No.
Relatively young, I believe.
I would guess I would guess 25. Oh, you think 28?
Yeah, I think 20s.
Let's see what else.
She's
Trolls.
German, I think.
Yeah, she's German.
Yeah.
Steven Rousey is up there. This one's interesting. We haven't heard from Jimmy Jumps in a while, and it actually just says Jimmy now, not even Jimmy Jumps.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Jumps was the first guy in Power Slap to get muzzled.
You want to talk about that?
Well, he was saying some pretty outlandish stuff, and he did go radio silent.
That's facts.
Just reading between the lines.
William Shockey, Shell Shock. I don't know that this is exactly how he intended it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Chill mustache. Who's mustache?
Aaron, you're Hunter Hassan, I believe.
What did he say? I'm literally 7 inches taller than you, Aaron. Oh, Nate Bernard coming to defend his fellow security. Cole Smith. This is a big boy. If you guys haven't seen Cole Smith is a big boy. He's we met his parents, very, very nice people. They fed him they made him eat his Wheaties and his vegetables when he was a kid. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna see what happens. Like we talked about earlier, 8 fights on the undercard. We haven't seen these fights in their entirety.
What are you guys talking about with this Vin Tracy thing? He's here.
Oh, okay.
They were saying he's not up there. He's absolutely sitting right.
Yeah. But where I was going with that is that we have these eight fights. Obviously, we have winners. We have guys that weren't victorious. For these guys, they're already moving into a training camp. 20 more athletes. It almost in some ways feels like the forgotten ones. In some ways, and they just haven't really given it its due course. And I hope for a lot of these guys, and especially ones that have some opportunity, some potential future in power slap here, that they do get those opportunities. Like we said, the new guys keep coming in, and getting harder and harder to get these fights with the amount of guys they keep rolling out there. So, like obviously, guys, that's slipping my mind. McKinney Manu fought Chicago boy, Southside Chicago.
Stephen Rousey.
Guy like Stephen Rousey, who lost to McKinney Manu. Are we going to get to see him again? Guy that I think could have some potential. I think McKinney Manu is obviously a veteran, a tough, real tough competitor to go up against in your debut. I mean, this guy took bomb after bomb and kept getting up. Definitely real strong, big cat. And then there's one other guy on that card that really stood out to me. Another super, I believe it was. Former CFL player.
Oh, you're talking about Cole's opponent?
Yeah. The guy that rapped. He rapped his
Alex, Alex the Jet. He's up here.
Came out to his own his own song.
Leon Johnson.
Yeah, like another guy like that. I mean, I hate to say it, like we're already talking about, Zach Lansing, and we're talking about the new guys coming in, but
we want Groot Wit, bro. Supers. We want Groot Wit.
Is that what you want, buddy?
Yeah, bro. We want Groot Wit, dog. I want to see what he's about. Maybe he takes Danny out and becomes the king of South Africa, and then he can challenge the rest of the world.
Interesting.
I'm arcing this
yeah.
Slam dunk.
Well, he seems to be dedicated, man. You see him put in the work. He's tagging us all the time, doing the good things. So,
and don't forget about Robin Wearshuck either.
Yeah.
What'd you do? See somebody. What'd you do?
Absolutely, yeah. We bring a little 155er, Gianni. You hear me, my man?
We cannot hear you, my friend.
Yeah. Looks like
they are roasting.
Reflective vest.
They are roasting Hunter Hassenen in the chat right now.
Are they?
Yeah, they're saying they allow the old Tom Selleck.
Yo, we can't hear you, G.
That's
can't hear you, my man.
Nate Bernard's on fire. Hey, man, did you get those cards, by the way?
Who are you talking to?
Nate.
Oh.
Let's see. Look, they're saying Tom Selleck. Big old thick mustache, Hunter. Look, always had the big mustache. That's good. Gee, we can't hear you, man. They're hating on you. They don't want you to live. So we're gonna do what we did yesterday on the whatnot core or what?
That was quite interesting, dude. I'll tell you that.
That was funny. You were just chatting shit. I couldn't say anything because nobody could hear me.
Absolutely, you couldn't. For anyone who missed it, his audio went out, breaking cards, so I did a voiceover. Did it old Japanese what do you call it? Obstacle course commentating going down. So
yeah, and then you start telling fucking stupid stories.
Exactly.
Gianni.
The one and only could be told. Gee, you here now?
Nah, they're trying to stop his greatness, man. They're trying to stop his greatness.
Those commies, eh?
All right, let me ask you this. Let me just ask you this. Is this on purpose?
Is what on purpose?
That they have Fat Turpin up here versus the reinvigorated and the guy that we know a little better?
That looks like Power Slap 1 Turpin, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is OG Turpin. This is yeah, they're really going crazy on Hunter. He's just like, this is the worst night of my life. he's gonna report slap news for bullying. Like, this is bizarre. I don't think so because they still have my old pickup too. Yeah, but how many pictures have they taken of you, bro? They've taken a lot of pictures of Turpin because he's competed a lot. Like, and this is like his day one. I mean,
Jeeves just low key calling him out. Or Jeeves ding. Oh, that's so good. I
What I'm
love it, bud.
saying, no, what I'm saying. So Austin Turpin's middle name is Wayne, by the way. What I'm saying is that he competed more often
Yeah.
back
Facts.
then, and
Facts.
so they took more photos of him back then, much
Mhm.
more often after this photo was taken. So I believe it was probably purposely done so that he could face this guy who's on this page, because that is not what Austin Turpin has looked like for a long time.
Yeah.
I
Gee,
think
we
we
got you
got
now.
Gianni.
Yeah.
How
Are we
you doing,
good?
my man?
How's it going?
Really good, really good. I don't know if you caught earlier on the show, we were talking about the 155 division. What needs to happen to drum up some excitement?
Oh man. I guess we gotta bring on all the attention, we gotta get that the entertainment going. That's the side where, people have to come out, start calling each other out, start being, can't be afraid. This is what you sign up for. This is what I'm waiting for too. I'm waiting. I got a couple guys that I've been trying to hit up and I've been making posts for them too. So I know they want me too.
Awesome. Well, I've been ignorant to it all. Who have you been calling out?
So I've been calling out William Shockey. I got Sir Isaac. I also hit up Battleborn, Ivan Hernandez. So I got a couple
Okay.
of the fellas that are right above me. I can even give the number 10 guy a shot, Jair. I'm ready for anyone. I know Fabricio got added into our division, so I'd love to give him a shot.
Awesome, man. How's your training looking like? What have you been doing to stay ready?
Oh, it's been great. I feel like I've been better than I was on the show. Like I have my technique, my form, my defense, everything that I learned a lot from my other strikers too. A lot of things, a lot of good tips that they give me. So when I get back on the stage, it's gonna be a different G back up there.
Awesome. Talk to me about the camaraderie. I know you've been kind of talking, you said you're learning some of the tips and tricks of the trade from other guys that are having success. The evolution that's going to be up there. Is there any one person or anyone's style that is kind of influencing this new revitalized G?
See a lot of for sure the Hawaiians.
Oh, we
The
lost him
lean.
again.
The lean.
We can't hear you again, my man.
I hear him. I hear him.
Okay.
I hear him. You going crazy, man.
You hear me,
Oh,
Dan?
dang, are you there?
Oh, you can't hear me either, Corey? Ooh, this
I
is
can't hear you now either.
Yeah.
this is
Can you hear me?
payback for last night,
I'm the only
baby.
one.
This is
Can you
perfect.
hear each other?
This is payback for last night. Yes, sir.
What
For
is
anybody
going
who was
on?
in attendance, now I'm gonna start telling Corey stories.
Just shave off that beard. G, get that Amish
Go ahead, Gianni. Continue. I'm sorry,
fade.
my rude friend over here.
No.
No worry, no worry. But yeah,
Let
I
me get
say
this thing
the
fixed.
Hawaiians. I say they're getting the lean on one. It's bringing a lot of other fighters to do the same, to go on one, and I feel like it is a perfect method. I feel like just going on one, you're really leaning towards that one shot. Other than you're just going on two and three, you're really trying to wind it up. You're losing a little bit of the power.
Yeah, I mean that evolution is interesting, man. Honestly, like just these witty things that people are coming up with as they enter. And listen, I can't argue that it works, because you've seen Brandon Bordeaux, knock out the champion with it, become the champion on just one shot. That's never happened before to Isaiah, and Brandon just made it look easy. So that kind of stuff, right? Pono does it. I think I saw Michael Michelle Brown give it a try. So I think this whole lean on one thing's really got something to it. That's the truth.
That's what I feel like. I think I'm gonna try out too for my next one. Then I'm gonna give it a go on the one. I've been telling some other 155ers that are trying to get in. They've been telling me. I've been telling them. I say, hey, I'm gonna have to get you on one, man.
Are you actually 5'9"? The website has you listed at 5'9". I don't.
So they had me at 5'9", but I'm actually 5'7". So they put like 2 inches on me. Even when I was on the show, I seen it. I was like, that's okay. That's makes me look a little taller.
Yeah, I was gonna say I seen you in person. You ain't 5'9", but I didn't want to say that until you told. You know what I mean? Until you got to it. Um, what did you think of Dakota? Because you were there. What did you think of Dakota and Trujillo?
I think that fight was it was amazing. Show that both of them got chins. Just as seen in the show, Dakota has been having his chin for sure his defense has been way, way better than the first time he had that fight with Ivan. So I see the change. You know, you see the evolution of yourself, how you could get better in the slap, especially when you get slapped.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think that's going to go down as one of the best matches in history, particularly for a title fight. Dakota showed incredible heart. It's not often that you lose and your stock rises. I think Dakota did himself a few favors that night for sure.
Yeah,
But
he just proves that everyone that Robert fought before, you know, he was the only one that stood up with him.
yeah, it's good to see you're still in the mix, man. Where are you working at? What is that? That looks like either like Amazon or FedEx or something.
Oh, it's like a third party logistics. It's called Radio.
Okay.
I work as a lead. So right here, I've been here at least 4 years and a half. So right now I'm on like a little break. I could take at least 20, 30-minute break. Everything should be good.
So you're the boss.
Yeah, usually I'm the boss man on Sunday through Wednesday. Those are my shifts.
There you go. Have you heard anything from Power Slap since the show? Any invitations to the training camps? Any like, hey, we might be interested in getting you something? Like any interaction at all?
I haven't heard nothing back, honestly. I haven't heard nothing yet other than some of the emails for sure about the rules changing and what we had to accommodate to what we wear. Just little stuff here and there about the rules. Every time every event goes by, there's like a rule set email so we could get it all. Mainly that, I haven't had like no one-on-one. I know I've been trying to speak to Erica Moore and Frank, just let them know, like, you know, I am prepared, I am ready. There is no weight cutting here. You know, I walk around 155, so I'm hyped. You know, I'm always prepared. As soon as I get that call, you know, I'm gonna be happy and ready.
There you go, man. That's how you have to do it. A lot of people get these short notice opportunities. They take them, and sometimes they go their way, sometimes they don't. But I think the promotion looks at that favorably when you're able to step in on short notice and help them out. You know, it usually bodes well. So great talking to you, man. Obviously, really glad to see you're doing well. It was great to see you at this last event. You know, just stay in the mix. You know, I think that as the year progresses, we'll start to see more and more going on. There's still a lot of unfulfilled promises in the, you know, the overseas cards that we know are part of these deals that they made. So I think there's still a lot of opportunity out there. I think the second part of the year is going to be a lot busier. So yeah, stay ready, man. Keep your phone on and keep grinding.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
But great talking to you, brother, man. I'll let you get back to it.
Have a good one, brother.
You got it, brother. Good talking to you. All right, Gianni Huerta. Always great to catch up with some people we haven't heard from in a long time. Corey left me high and dry, so I'll tell you guys a little story about him. I don't know what the story's going to be yet because I was not prepared for this, so I'm going to just ramble for a moment. If you guys will please indulge me. Let's see what funny story I can tell you guys about Corey. That's tough. That's actually tough. You guys in chat, though, you guys are going bananas on each other. It's actually pretty hilarious. You know, Hunter, I don't know if Hunter's ever going to tune in ever again because you guys are so mean. Big Bird. McGregor fought a much better now. Super experienced, real deal. Yeah. So, yeah, Rob has lost once. That's not like a public match or anything like that we'll be able to see. I wish they would release some of that old stuff, right? Like Dorian versus John Davis. Like those kind of like weird matches that you wouldn't understand today, but could still be exciting. You definitely want to see. Ding said, oh, look, I think he's back. Testing.
You hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Damn, I was about to tell a story about you. Now I can't because you're here. Okay.
Were you really?
Yeah, I was. I was telling the people I was going to get you back for last night.
Okay. Could you still hear me talk or just go straight dead?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Weird, man.
You were fine. Me and Johnny were talking. You were good. And you're like, oh, no, I can't hear you. I'm like, I hear him fine.
Yeah, I couldn't hear either of you, so that was the odd part about it.
You saved yourself. You came in time for me not to tell an embarrassing story. No, I'm here. Y'all done with the slander? Hunter, we don't endorse any of this slander that they're doing, okay? Listen, if anybody wants to talk about a mustache, I will tell you need to talk to Mike Beltran, who is now a Power Slap referee, because that beard that he has is actually a mustache. And you can look that up. That's a fact. So Nate,
Really?
if you are so
Crazy.
bold, Mr. Nate, here, look, we're in the business here of doing some showcases. So Mike Beltran, for those of you who don't know, he's a referee, was a Marine, is a sheriff in the LAPD, and he's also an MMA referee. And he was on a TV show also, you guys may know, a spinoff of Sons of Anarchy, actually. He was on the TV show Mayans. And he is this guy right here. And now he's a Power Slap referee also. This is a mustache.
Crazy.
The whole thing is a mustache.
Wild. Do we have to do we have to do a wellness check on Hunter tonight?
Yeah, we do.
We do?
Hunter's being abused, man. That's not right.
You're the only one that can save him, man.
And I enjoy Mike Beltran. If you guys haven't seen him, I don't know if he officiated any official matches this time or if it was just on the undercard. Shit, he can get a razor too. I don't give a fuck. Good luck, Nate. I'd love to see that. You might have a non-sanctioned Power Slap match if you try to make him do that.
How uncomfortable that must be.
I don't know, but he tucks it in his shirt, and it's actually kind of funny when he does.
Really?
Yeah.
We have
look at this.
Wow,
this is great.
I thought he wore it like suspenders.
No, but just look at it's just a luscious, this is bizarre. This is like Yosemite Sam times 1,000. So this is him on the show, Mayans. He was I forgot his name. I forget his name, but he was pretty close to what his actual personality is. He's a really serious guy. He's very like if you see him in MMA, somebody gets a foul or something, he'll scold them. He'll take them in the corner. Hey, young man, you don't do that. Hey, look at me when I'm talking to you. He's very, very gung ho. This is the guy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He's what you see is what you get.
Obviously, doesn't look like Super Trooper. Go back, man. Come on now.
Hey, we need him on our side, man. You gotta relax with these messed up jokes. Look at this old school. Who does that look like? That looks like Jesse Nutting.
I was gonna say Cody Belial.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Who's more right? He'd be doing jump ropes with it. Nate is on fire tonight. He must have sniffed some Pegasus smelling salts. Nate is tripping tonight.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Cody Belial, another guy we haven't heard from in a little while.
Stud muffin Mike Beltran.
Do we need to do a wellness check on him too?
Who's that, Cody?
Yeah.
I mean, you and Cody were he looks kind of like Sonny Bono. So anyway, what I was getting at was he's a Power Slap referee now. I need some of those smelling salts. I don't know, man. If you've seen that video, they're not exactly everybody's cup of tea.
Come on, Dink. Potential sponsor. They obviously sponsored our event, and you're going to talk about them like that.
You
should be like PegasusSmellingSalts.com. Go check them out. 3 different scents that smell amazing. The red one will kill you, but that's okay.
Potential side effects are everything and or death.
Just ask Hunter Hassan. His face hasn't changed since.
It was so good. The little noise. He's like, oh, he tore his pec at some point.
Interesting.
I don't know.
What are you doing his whole INDB or what, man?
Yeah, bro. I'm just obsessed. He's just that's just bizarre.
Wow.
That's a really cool. I'll call it a landmark.
A landmark?
Yeah. I mean, it's better than whatever fuck you got going on your face. That neck beard you got.
Yeah. My neck beard. At least I can grow a fucking beard. Look at you with your fucking little patches.
That's what I hear. Where's your toys at? Where's your little toys at? Where's KO Chris?
KO Chris? You know where KO Chris is.
It's crazy. He's like, oh, yeah, that's great. Wow, Hunter, where you at? I ain't done Rob Burgundy. Oh man.
Ding is now patches.
No.
Yeah.
Aaron, you gotta relax, bro. There's a 155er that's almost taller than you, big dog. You got nothing.
Patches.
Nothing.
I like it, man. I like it. I don't know, you have this. It almost was like a Mexican dirty stash.
I grow a lot of hair up here.
Yeah. Little well, we'll see.
Well, let's start. All right, so here, let's break. This is the story I was going to tell about you. How long does it take you to get your gay haircut ready in the morning?
Who's that? Me? That
Yeah.
you're talking about?
Yep.
Well, all of 30 seconds.
Okay, lie again. Now tell the truth.
No, literally, dude. Little hair dryer. Boom. Get the
30
volume.
seconds.
Yeah, dry it. Put
Bro,
some hairspray.
Bro, this is such a lie.
Dude, I pay $100 to get my hair cut, dude. So,
Bro, it's just such a lie.
dude, the hair folds itself into each other. If you pay for quality workmanship, it never goes.
The lie is bizarre. I mean, the fact that you're telling people that you spent 30 seconds on your hair is crazy right now.
That's about it, man.
Where's Ray?
That's about it. Ray has no hair either, so it doesn't matter.
I know, but I need Ray.
0 seconds.
I need somebody who's watched you do this gay routine where you're like curling your fucking hair and blow drying it and then putting stuff in it and then curling it again. Like, yeah, there's no way. 30 seconds is no shot.
I think all credibility has been lost, buddy. All credibility has gone out the window. The two guys that have no hair is going to start trying to critique the guy with hair. Is that what's going to happen here? But why don't you guys just start exchanging, razor techniques?
Oh, bro,
you go from front to back, you go front to side, you go left to right. Like, how do you shave that thing?
Bro,
do you have like the palm organ, like the palm machine? Bro, you just like rub it over there.
You literally you rival a female for how long it takes you to do your hair. Like, it's there's nothing to say, bro. Like, you literally stop in the middle of the day because you're like, my hair got messed up. Like, you got to go to a mirror to get your hair done again, bro. Like,
when did I ever do that, man?
You've done it. Pommade's got to sponsor you. See, $100 is crazy. They're all judging you for your $100 haircuts.
See, but DeFrank does too, man. Look at another guy with a full.
Look at DeFrank's hair compared to your hair. What?
What do you say?
DeFrank's got like the nice like Jerry curl going on. Like DeFrank's got some shit going on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it's in New York.
Oh, okay.
You're in tariff land over there. Fucking.
You're using bath water to rinse your hair with. So what does it matter?
Well, the bath water is good, bro. My head is actually very, very minerally and fucking shiny.
Yeah.
Frank, you're bugging. Nate is the executioner tonight, bro. That's who we should have got on here because he'd be roasting everybody.
Yeah.
I don't pay for my haircut. I shave my entire hair bald. Fap, you should enjoy your hair, man. You're young.
Yeah.
Ding, where's your hair? It's on my. I can't
actually,
shave it. I'll get these.
We actually had Fap on the show. Do you remember that?
We did, yeah.
He was on Smack Talk, man. He was giving us his matchups.
Ding, where's your hair? Aaron, it's crazy to me that you're going to take his side right now. That's bizarre. That's just crazy.
West Coast, the best coast.
There's literally a person who's 100 pounds lighter than you that are an inch shorter. Like, you're not even tall. It's crazy. You better chill before I get Austin Dundon on you.
Oh, buddy. I
can't
comment, dude.
Hunter, I remember we saw Hunter. You're like, yo, come on, Nate, bro. You cannot start this. I am not the mark.
You are, dude. You are now. Good shine, elbow grease fade. Go with those Dorito fingers, buddy.
Hey, it's a good cut, though. You see what I'm saying? No, it's Cheeto fingers. Get it right. And I don't know. To this day, I don't know where that came from. West tripping. Hey, it's a good cut, though. See that? Look.
I mean, if you head over to Walker's Tacos, you can get yourself some Dorito fingers.
You've been marked. Listen, at least I'm not within an inch of somebody who weighs 100 pounds lighter than me.
Well, I don't know about that.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. It's all good.
What's your height, Ding?
5'8".
5'8". All right.
No shoes on.
With no shoes. 5'8".
I got red dots on everyone right now. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, the Pegasus is just fucking really getting in your brain here. I've just been sniffing it too much. Either that or it was that who was it that whooped your ass in that challenge? Somebody came and did some crazy shit. Who was it? When they were doing the weightlifting challenge, him and Luke, and somebody came and blew him out the park. I don't remember who it was.
Where was it?
It was on Instagram. They were like, "Hey, back up, little one. No camera time for you." Here comes West, bro. This is not okay. Like, it just can't happen. It's not allowed. Like,
No.
They use W4 for his headshot. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So where I was going with that though was that somebody, I don't remember who it was, but Nate can attest to this. Somebody got on there and they made a video and they whooped y'all ass. I set the best challenge you wild. Nah, bro. Somebody came in and did more than you, dog. I don't remember who it was. Fuck, I need to find it. It might have been.
Well,
Nah,
chat.
somebody.
You think Ding should join Power Slap, and who should he go up against?
I'm not joining anything.
Yes. Come on, military brat. Why not?
I'm not a military brat. The military brat would be the child. I was the person.
Okay, whatever. I was the person. I see the brat over your right shoulder.
That's one of them. Yeah. Get your Ding Funko signed.
Turner and Ding.
Ding versus Cordy. I'm assuming that means Corey. Corey wouldn't want it. Corey wouldn't want no smoke. Listen, I will say this. Here's what I'll say. I will put all of you to shame and trash talk. Every last one of you. I'll probably be sleeping, but I will absolutely be the best trash talker in Power Slap by far.
All right, well, you take this one. The battle of the whatnot mouthpieces.
Ding versus Slappercast. I actually like Slappercast. I don't know that I want to do that.
Why not?
Because I like the guy. He's a nice guy.
Come on, man, you're the only person in history to ever say that.
Ding versus Turpin. Okay, you're getting closer. Ding and throwback to Jeeves. Jeeves and I would actually fucking slap the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Shit, every time I duck, it kind of makes me blush. Short King. Corey Silent Killer. I don't know, man. I'd like to see Corey versus what do you weigh? About 200 pounds? 205? Corey versus Russell Rivero.
215. That's 215.
Corey versus
light heavy,
Russell
buddy.
Rivero. Yeah. Russell Rivero for your debut. We'll send you out to die for your first fight. Russell will slap you so hard your fucking hair will fly off your head, dog.
At least I have hair to fly, Ding.
You also have a beard, nice cushy beard, nice cushion for you.
100%, buddy.
All right, we're getting a little crazy here. Sorry.
We are.
Nate Bernard's just taking the feng shui here and just throwing it all off with this bullying he's got going on.
Nate's probably having the best night of his life. Probably sitting outside of the dispensary like last week when we had him on. Probably enjoying little hospitality. So.
Man, you got bad memory. Can we have a roast episode, please? Yes. You know what, Nate? That's not a bad idea, bro. That is not a bad idea. But it's gotta be real roasters though. I can't get like I mean Aaron Turner, you gotta actually be funny. Not just funny looking.
Yeah.
You'd have to host Nate. Russell will make Corey Hair do a U-turn. These beard passes we get slapped off. Hey, Cole, bro, I thought we were cool, big dog. We gifted you some shit yesterday. All right.
Oh, we. I got the visa statement to show it. Is that what you want to do? You want to go down there?
Said the potato head. Listen, bro. We're gonna do this, Turner. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna do rounds, and it's gonna be a roast session, and it has to start. It has to start with Jackie Thomas and Jackie Cataline.
Oh, dude.
Y'all pick the biggest shit talkers. No, but you got to give me who's the shit talkers and the roasters.
I'm assuming Nate wants to be on it with
Nate's got to be a roaster. Nate's got to be a roaster.
You're saying Aaron Turner's got to be on there.
I mean, yeah, if you want somebody to just fucking slay all day, that you can, the easy target, yeah, you get Aaron Turner. Biggest shit. You got to get Wes because Wes was in here chatting shit a minute ago. You got to get.
Who are they roasting? Are they roasting us?
No, they got to
roasting each other.
Bro, you're not roasting me. What the fuck? I'm unroastable, bro. I'm not a rotisserie chicken.
What do you mean, man? You look fucking well done. I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
What a brown joke. Bring Stash on there, absolutely. Okay, so Hunter Hassenen. Who else? KO Chris. Him and Debo, that was a fucking classic roast. What was your favorite line?
Of KO Chris?
Yeah.
I,
No, you gotta say it, bro. You gotta
don't know.
say it.
I
What
can't
was your
remember.
favorite line? Bro, what was your favorite line? Get out of here. Get
don't
out of
know.
here.
I
No,
remember
no,
there.
no,
I
no, no,
remember,
no, no. You know,
I
you know
actually
what it
don't,
was,
dude.
bro.
I remember there was
It
some
was,
gay
I
reference. to
guarantee
it,
you've
but
had sex with many men.
yeah.
That was so good. Nate looked like an eraser off a yellow #2 pencil with that bitty little frog.
But he was actually dead serious when he said it, man.
Oh, bro, that was so good.
Uh,
They're going out. He's going back and forth, and KO Chris is just like, I guarantee you've had sex with many men. Stash is body #1. Okay, so Hunter Hassan is being summoned. Jim Reaper Killmonger was funny. It was funny actually with the cum rags. Oh, dude. All of this shit we got to do like one day we got to do a highlight reel of like the best moments of Smack Talk. As I say that, hey, nobody's interested in seeing what you look like, okay? As I say that, I realize that it's like a lot. That would be a lot of work for me, but listen, for the great moments, I'll do it. I'd be the only one that's that committed to watching our show.
Oh, actually, you know who else has to join on this? Dwayne Crespo has got to be in on this, buddy. We got to get Dwayne Crespo in on this roast.
What is Dwayne Crespo going to say? He doesn't say anything bad about anybody.
Everything. He's the expert in the room. You gotta have him involved, man.
That's fine. I mean, Dwayne Crespo fought Yoel Romero. I don't know. Ain't nobody else can say that, so that guy's grandfathered in.
I think Dwayne Crespo is great in this. That wasn't on purpose.
Wes got more nipples, or no? Wes got more ripples on the back of his head than a pool. Yeah, they're going crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So all right, so we got Nate. It's like heavyweight. We got Nate, West, Aaron, Hunter, Dwayne. Let me think. Who else is kind of Turpin would be good, but it's hard to get him.
Mm-hmm.
Turpin, you need to schedule like 6 months in advance and tell him he's not gonna have to weigh in.
Did you say Hunter?
No, Turpin, bro. Yeah, Hunter, Nate, West, Aaron. Bro, the back of your neck looks like a pack of hot dogs. Yeah, this is so good. Alan Klingbeil. He's talking about Nate. Alan Klingbeil.
Rodolave.
Yes. Rodolave. Yes, Dad.
Azael.
If I've been pointed and put in.
Hold on a second. Let me cook. Just give me a minute. Azael.
Probably never seen that in her life. Maybe just some hot dogs and macaroni.
What do you say? If you don't get your Mufasa face head ass, tell him he's not gonna have to weigh in. Oh damn, Cole, don't run with that, bro. Y'all gotta chill. You're gonna get me in trouble. Azael. KO Chris would like try to kill somebody though. That's why I wouldn't. He would get pissed off.
He's passionate.
Hold on a second.
Passionate.
He would get upset. I mean, if you're gonna have Allen, you need Luke because Luke and Allen go at it. Hey, back up. Dorian. Oh, Dorian, bro. Dorian's always popping shit. Mm-hmm. So we should do it in rounds. So Debo and Chris, nah, that's dead and over, man. He slept them. That's over. Their beef is done. Chris Debo's got to get that one back first.
So what's the next step?
Dog would be a good one. But my question is, are we putting Hunter like front and center, and then Nate, Wes, Aaron are just going at him, or is it like 1-on-1, and then the winner advances to the next person, like tournament style? Like, what's the orientation of this, Nate? We can talk offline, but Nate is going to be the chief of creative here. He's going to be the executive producer.
Or should you do it by weight class?
I mean, a roast is a roast, though. It's just a roast. So it's really just for comedy. Wild and
Could
out
be a-
style. Wow, you're trying
It
to get
could be
rid
a pig roast thing.
Hunter's on the hot seat. Oh, so you guys want to do it like that? You guys want to do it like fucking Tom Brady roast type stuff?
Interesting.
I mean, we would let you roast us too. Fuck it. I'm speaking for Corey here. We didn't talk about this, but you guys roasting, you know the king has to be there. Yes, Anthony DeFrank is another one. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the rankings, so I'm not thinking off the top of my head.
The low key shade throw.
No, lightweight rankings aren't on the website.
Ding here saying
You tried it though. You tried it though.
155
You
is
ain't
not a
gonna
real
put,
class.
hey bro, you ain't gonna put New York people up against each other. You learned that at Valet at Circa, big dog. Hey, back up.
I don't think you want to know what would happen there in that scenario. Ding.
That's what I hear. You talking is just like man.
Yeah, well, your fellow New Yorker was all the weight of I don't even know.
Look, you're getting it already, bro.
15?
You're getting it already. Another one of my fellow New Yorkers.
What's going on?
You say my man all the time.
Of course I do.
yeah,
You gotta own it, Ding. You
yeah,
can't hurt my
yeah.
feelings when I own it, buddy.
You're gonna own his fucking, this sausage because he's your man.
I'm Polish, dude. So pierogies and sausages. There you go. See?
Yeah. Clip that. Somebody.
You can't hurt my feelings, man.
Somebody clip
You
that.
can't hurt my feelings.
All right, so Anthony DeFrank. Who else would be a good from lightweight? I think that's probably it, honestly.
Did you ever see Louis C.K. back in the day before he got canceled?
No.
Hey, fellow New Yorker, come on, Ding. You got to stand up for him.
Bro.
No?
Yeah, that's off the top of my head. That's all I can think of. Yeah, look. Nate knows.
Did you ever see the bag of dicks joke by Louis C.K.?
Bro, you got to stop saying this shit live, man.
I'm sure you did, man.
You got to chill. Look,
I'm
you got to chill. You got to relax, man.
Yeah.
You getting all hot and heavy with this sausage party going on.
Yeah.
James, definitely. James who? Siegman? Is there another James? No, just Siegman and LeBron.
There's only one.
So James Siegman. I don't know. I don't know if he'd be interested in doing that because these guys are going pretty hard, man. Cameron who? Bates? Yeah, you want Siegman? I mean, we can ask him. I'll have my assistant write that down, Corey, please. Thank you, if you will.
Who's that, 12-year-old?
James. They want James. So, yeah, Iron Chin's going to have to be out here getting roasted. It's a good idea. I think you can make for some
good sport about it.
That part I can't speak to. Maybe we'll get two people who are arguing. You know what? We got to do a roast between Wes and Pono.
Can we get the All-American Hero on there?
Who's that?
You know who the All-American Hero is? Come on.
Hulk Hogan? Who the fuck are you talking about?
A power slap, buddy.
All-American Hero. I'm back.
Gorilla Smack?
Oh, Slambo.
Yes.
That'd be a good one.
Think we ever see Slambo back?
No, he's not on this. He's not on the website.
Really?
No, he's not on the website. Why would he be on the website?
Because you need an All-American Hero, man.
Kobe Covington? Yeah. Perrier. Get your Perrier. France Perrier. Maison Perrier.
Is Trump going to tax that too now, or what?
I don't know. It's up to him. What is that, Aaron? Oh, barbershop? And the razor? Yeah, they're bullying the fuck out of this kid. Get Brendan Kerr and Kobe Covington and Chelsea Saunders out here. Yeah.
Daddy, can you keep the door open for me?
This is interesting. You guys are too funny. Nate, I'm literally on my way upstate now. Oh, shit. Oh, he's threatening you. And he's in New Jersey. So last I checked, they got pretty good gun laws. So best of luck there, Buffalo. I will tell you, though, it's going to be a while, Hunter. So you might want to get a hotel or somewhere to stay.
Are you allowed to take guns across state line in the U.S.? No?
Nope. That's a federal crime.
Oh, okay.
It's all good, though. Hunter fits the part. Yo, Ding, look up Luigi.
What do you say? He's a serial killer? He fits the part?
Yo, Ding, look up Luigi. Wes, did you really just say look up Luigi from Mario Kart, bro? I don't live under a rock. I know who Luigi is. Are you talking about Waluigi? Because Waluigi looks like Hunter. I'll send you straight to my guy. He'll get you right. Don't listen to him. Back up, girl. Jeez. She's trying to get in on the roast. I'll send you straight to my guy. He'll get you right. That's crazy work. Honestly, you guys are leading this now. This is your smack talk. I'm just here fucking by default. I'll be there for Dolphin versus Buffalo.
Who's the Dolphin?
I guess Hunter.
How is Hunter a Dolphin?
I have no fucking idea, bro. Like, Kuga's just going. He's jumping in on the work. He's calling him a dolphin. They're calling him fucking Burt Reynolds and then fucking Luigi and all that. Don't even talk about the Dolphins. Ooh. Oh, is he saying?
Oh, Bills versus in football.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because didn't Lakuga say he's down in? I thought it was Bristol, but but I think he lives outside of a racetrack. I thought it was Bristol, but it's not. It's
I thought he was called Hunter and Dolphin, bro. That's wild. What's up, Mark? You on the website, big dog? If you didn't know that.
Oh, he's in Miami.
Yeah, see, you got the memory of a dead elephant.
You just want to go outside.
Okay.
You have to go poop.
You like that? A dead elephant? You're not gonna ask why? Mark Chambers, the shark. Homestead Speedway. There you go.
Homestead. There you go. See, I pay attention, Lakuka. You can see I watch your stories, buddy. I'm pretty sure you even said it in an interview with somebody. But see, giving you props, man.
What do you guys think of that? Actually, we just got a DM that was interesting. I'm not going to say who it was from because we don't leak DMs, but Nate Bernard DM'd us. I'm just kidding. It was not Nate, but somebody did DM us and they said that they feel weird about new strikers who take photos with the power slap belt. They said that doesn't make any sense. It's pretty stupid.
Yeah, but what's more weird, that or starting your Instagram the day you get to the combine? What's more weird?
I mean, how can you judge somebody for not having social media? What if they want to be a ghost?
Wait, how do you want to portray yourself as a professional athlete?
I mean, I don't know if everybody that's getting the call to go to Power Slap is like, I'm a professional athlete now. Like, I think some people are just like, shit, like, I'm trying to get off the wheel.
Like,
like I lay bricks for a living or something that I don't want to do, and I'd rather fucking take out my aggression on somebody and make money for it. Like, it seems like a pretty good alternative. But I don't have to have trained MMA for the last 40 fucking years in order for me to be able to compete just to get knocked out in 2.5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. Are they still charging? Oh, this is so good. Are they still charging $5,000 for walkout guests, by the way? They are, Wes. At least they were as of the last event. As far as we know, there still has been no buyers of that package, but I will wait for the day. Aaron, we talked about this, bro, a lot. I don't do creative, bro. I'm not a creative guy. I'm not the person who does design, so I can't take credit for that. I apologize, but you were an unlockable character, and we unlocked you, bro.
I don't get why Aaron's so mad about us. His employer, who is writing your paycheck, didn't even have one. So why is it our fault?
That's facts.
Or is this another guy that didn't have social media?
No, Aaron was he was a ghost. Aaron was living. I can see why they do it. It's like setting a goal for yourself, I guess. Okay, it's a good take. I mean, I've had one match, and I can say them calling out top 10 is wild. The pads will boost your confidence, but they don't hit back. That's a good point. That's a good point. I unlocked my photo today too, Aaron. Nate bullying still says a lot. 4 hours, Nate. I'm gaining momentum. If you got a guy with a mustache like Hunter's chasing you, man, you're in trouble for a lot of different reasons. First ever unlockable character. Yeah, you didn't even have to be in the mobile game to be an unlockable character. Listen, I will say we've never done that since, and we never did it before then. So you were the first and only use case, and I'm sorry that it had to be you.
Are you really sorry?
Yeah, I am. it feels like, Aaron's always going to hold that over my head, but he's got bigger things to worry about, man. 6'6", 155 pounder. I mean, he shouldn't be worried about little old me.
Yeah. I think you should make a donation to the charitable organization of Aaron's choice in his name. Since your paycheck here at Slap News is so big.
Brought to you by Chin Check. Hunter's the type of dude you don't want to share a cell with. I agree with that. Hunter's got body. Starches like that should be illegal. All right, are we rambling on too much, or you think they're having fun? Because there's still 19 people in here. 18 now.
Interesting.
Yes, my head is pretty shiny. I appreciate that.
You work hard on it?
I'm not going to lie. Hey, yo, slow down. I share show them that make razors in jail. Maybe there's a content piece there. When the new Power Slap cards come in, like a new batch. Unfortunately, Wes, I'm pretty sure we're looking at 2026, my man. I think they'll start to be produced later in the year. You'll start to get some idea of who they want on them and what people they want to sign. But I think we're talking release. I'd say
I think January.
A little bit into 26.
January. I think you're gonna see it.
January.
Yeah.
Is that any inside info, or is that just a legitimate guess?
No, there's some facts to that for sure. So it takes 6 months of production to be able to do it. Leaf's got a lot of different sets on the go. By the time they get through design, printing, collaboration, getting it through distribution, shipping them out, stuff like that. So I think you're, I think relatively early talks of July, August, I get the ball rolling on that. So I don't know.
I actually like this idea, man. I think this is a good content piece. Maybe you do a prompt like you have. What about the figures? Are they really thinking about doing them? I've not heard anything about any figures, Parks. Corey, have you heard anything about any figurines?
No, I think those
are you talking about the
AI meme?
AI things? No, that's not real.
No, I didn't think so.
Do you think? I'm trying to think. We do something with an athlete or a few athletes, and who would you rather share a jail cell with? Kind of like, what is it? It's like fuck, marry, kill or something. But we wouldn't do that because it's all men. But we'd do something something like that where you have. It's like you got three choices. You got three people. You pick which the combination would be. So jail. It would be jail friends. I don't know. Nate, help me out, man. You're a good idea. You got good ideas. You think there will be a celebrity fight at Power Slap in 2025? Ooh, that's a good question. You guys waited all this time, fucking almost an hour and a half, to come up with these great questions. Do I think there will be a celebrity fight? I mean, you got to define celebrity, like influencer, celebrity. What kind of level are we talking? If we're talking celebrity, like the way I think of celebrity, like a Bert Kreischer, like a Mel Gibson, no, I don't think so. If we're talking influencer, maybe last card of the year. We know fake Jake and fake Logan want to go at it. Influencers, I think you could probably see by the end of the year. Celebrities, I would say no. I don't think we see celebrities for a few years.
Yeah, but or is that like a pre-tape thing that they do before the actual card? It's I don't think you get them on the actual card. I don't think there's any way. I think it's a pre-tape thing. Maybe they go to live to IG for it or something. I think that'd be the only way it's going to happen, to be honest.
Yeah, Nate either smoked something or sniffs. I don't know what he did, but he's on it tonight. Look, he's putting the soap. Let's see. We wanted to listen to everyone cook each other first. Well, you can't listen to text, my boy. So that's problem number one. That sucks. That would be cool if you get a figure and it comes with a card. I agree with you. Hopefully one day that happens. I just don't think we're there yet. Hell no, I need a contract first for all that noise. That is fair. Nate's dropping the soap and picking it up. When will be the next overseas event, Corey?
When?
Yeah, the next UFC event. I mean, an overseas event. Well, I'm pretty comfortable saying Abu Dhabi will happen in July, given that UFC's there. I think that that's a safe bet. I don't know that for fact. I'll say that full disclosure, but I do believe that that's a safe assumption at the end of July. Anything before that, I don't know. No, bro. I don't know who the fuck that guy is. This is Slab News thing, my boy.
Look, there's multiple of them.
Yeah.
He's reproducing.
That's crazy though that it's the same fucking thing and we didn't coordinate making these. You think there will be any Power Slap collaborations for WrestleMania this year? I do not. I don't think the integration with WWE is there just yet. And I say that keeping in mind the WWE on the mobile game, but I think the promotion for Power Slap is on the Power Slap side, not on the WWE side. So I don't see how there would be any benefit or need for WWE to promote Power Slap at this very moment, being that it's their weekend and there's not a Power Slap event happening anytime soon that we know of. So I would know. My guess would be no, Wes. Slap Stevie Ray Payne so hard, looked like he was riding a bike. Oh, that's wild. Shout out to Stevie Ray Payne, man. He got released. That sucks. I don't think so, Wes. Yeah, I agree with that. That thing's beard is way too good to be ding. Cole, I liked you, man. I don't know what's up. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I did to you, but I'm gonna talk to your daddy because I know your daddy.
That you do, buddy.
If celebrities hop on, they need to be legit about it because everyone on this roster earned their spot. Like them or hate them, everyone earned it. We ain't giving handouts. That's the most serious thing Nate Bernard has ever said. Tonight. Open the door. That's Nate's calming down. It seems that spliff must no longer be a light. Thing snitching to daddies is wild. Hey, boy, I'll do the same. I'll do the same to you, Turner. I'll tell your folks. I don't care. I'll be a snitch. What you gonna do? Slap me?
You're not representing for NYC, buddy.
No, bro. I hung that shit up a long time ago. I'm a reformed hood booger. Do you think that Crazy Wine really drives divisions and challenging Damien? The challenges Damien part is the question. I think he 100% drops weight. He's already like arm's distance from that weight.
Yeah.
I believe he's below 300.
Yeah. I mean, last he said to us was 285.
Yeah, so. That was weeks ago. So Hawaii's
true or not?
Hawaii's right there.
I mean, I know Wes talks to him pretty often. So
Wes, you got any celebrities need to donate more money to our fights and bring in more fans? I don't know the celebrities donating money to your fights to begin with. They do bring fans though, that's facts. I know your daddy. I'll say this funny thing. So I was stationed in the South for a short amount of time. I heard he dropped a lot of weight. He did, Parks. He did. As Corey mentioned, 285 is what we last heard, and that was a few weeks ago. The people in the South, they call their fathers daddy, and I want to say I have an issue with that. It's just weird to me. Like I don't call my father daddy, or like I'll say like dad, pop, something like that. There you go, Wes. Wes giving us a little hit. He's putting in work for sure. He's down there locked in. There you go. Yeah, the whole like they call their fathers daddy and like, oh yeah, that's my daddy, and like, even for both like dudes will say that. And there's this guy he does First Amendment audits. You don't know what that is because Canadians don't have any freedom, but First Amendment audit is basically you go to a public place and you start filming and you see if they tell you can't film because it's your constitutional right to film in public places, whether that be a police station, a courthouse, stuff like that. And for whatever reason, when he starts arguing with people, is that Legend Water?
It is, buddy.
There you go. Shout out to Legend Water. Look at that, Cole Smith. He knows what's up. See, I like Cole, man. I don't like Cole. Now I may not tell your daddy. So anyway, where I was going with that. So he starts arguing with the people because they get their asses chapped because they're filming, whatever. And one of the things that he says that I think is really weird is he'll start arguing with him. His name is Jeff, and he's from North Carolina. And he'll go, "What you gonna do, Big Daddy?" And I mean, that just doesn't sit right with me. Like you calling me, you're trying to like argue with me or challenge me, and you calling me Big Daddy. Like, it's just I don't know about that. but it's a Southern thing. And Jeeves here, look, Jeeves is not here. He'll probably never watch this because Jeeves don't actually support us. Jeeves will call me Daddy-O, and I don't know why. I don't know if he's doing that on behalf of my kids or if there's something I don't know about Canadians, but it's pretty fucking weird. What do you think of that? I'm sure you don't call your dad Daddy, but
No, I don't. I do not. Okay, you will laugh. You will laugh, and this is actual facts. So I call my dad Dave and I call my mom Kim. Straight up by their first names.
Bro, that's so crazy that he just said that. So you call your parents you call your parents by their first names?
Correct. Yes.
Wow. Does anybody else do that? That's interesting. My mother would slap me into the middle of next week if I did that.
Really?
Yeah, bro. That's wild.
No.
Y'all gonna update the intro on Slap News. By the way, we need a good mix-up. Corey, that's crazy. We talked about this earlier, bro.
We did.
That's wild. We're working on something really, really cool, Wes. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Ray D, the producer.
Same here. What? Maleke, same what? You call your parents by their name?
How do you know it's Maleke? How do you get Lexington Williams is Maleke? Like, what is going on?
Him, bro. It's him. He's been in here. It's the context. I can see what he's saying, and I know it's him.
Yeah. Nate.
Boy, I'd get my ass whooped. Real talk. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. My mother would beat my ass to the middle of next week.
I don't know. Here's the crazy part. Like, I've lived on my own longer than I've lived with my parents.
Is that a Samoan or a Polynesian thing? I've never heard of that. That's interesting. I would meet Jesus that very day. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. That's interesting. Okay, that's a good tidbit. You get to know a little bit about Corey. So let's recap what we know about Corey. Corey's got the gayest fucking haircut on planet Earth. Corey calls his parents by their real names. He plays with fucking action figures and Funko Pop toys. What else is there? He takes 30 minutes in the morning to get ready for whatever he's doing. You told the Abu Dhabi story on here, right? Where you fucking sweat through your white shirt.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That's such a good story.
How shit gets done in the Middle East, buddy.
That's such a good story. And how much were those things to get the drab? How much did you have to pay for that?
I don't know, I think like 150 American or so.
For a fucking All my brothers and sisters did facts and still do. And he's Canadian. Damn.
Can it get any worse?
I think it's my own little family. Okay, that's fair. You know what? I did go to a school where we called the teachers by their first name. What do you guys call your teachers? In Canada?
In Canada?
Yeah.
Usually like whatever, Mrs. Robinson or whatever.
Okay, so same customary thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't even use pennies and quarters, uses loonies and toonies.
Exactly. Ding. Okay, Ding, come on, smart. Do you know what a toonie is, Ding? See, come on, look at this. At least Nate's got smarts in his head. He knows what he's talking about. You don't even fucking know what a toonie is.
Bro, what is a toonie?
What do you think a toonie is?
I don't know. Something fucking one of the many gay things about Canada, bro.
Man, you don't even know what a toonie is.
What is a toonie?
You know what a loony is?
No, I know what the Looney Tunes are, bro. That's about it. Anywhere near close to the words.
There's a loony. This is a Canadian $1 piece. Where you guys have paper bills.
Which is worth what? Fucking 65 cents American?
Yeah. But it's still a loony.
Yeah.
And then the brilliance they came up with a toonie, which is a 2 equal to 2 loonies. Ding.
What the fuck is the point?
2 equals
It's like
1.
a shilling. It's like a shilling. Bro, you guys are stupider than I thought.
I think you're talking about your tan, buddy.
No. But here's what I want to say about Canadians, and I've always said this. I have a lot of respect for Canada because they are the World War hide and seek champions. You motherfuckers haven't been involved in a world war ever. You're like exempt.
Here we have, buddy.
No, you're like.
You heard of Vimy Ridge?
No, they be trading buttons over there. Dude. Canada is the most peaceful fucking place on earth.
Have you ever seen our Monopoly money?
Yeah, you showed me that in person. I was like, what the fuck is that? How does that burn? Like, if you light that on fire, does it fucking go up right away?
No, it's plastic. It'll melt. It's plastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here's a 50,
How does
buddy.
it feel to know that you're holding up something that's more valuable to you than it is to me?
What are you talking about? My junk?
No, bro. Those fucking that papyrus is more valuable to you than it is to me. Because in my money, that shit's worth less. You know what they say, dollar bill, y'all. A war started today with Nate and I, 3 hours. So good. The barter system consisted of
What's
a
he
lot of
taking? A
apologies
PJ
and
to be there in
trade.
3 hours?
Listen, technically, Corey's the first Canadian Power Slap champion and the first double champion,
Yeah.
simultaneous double champ.
Working on the triple, buddy. Breaking news. Oh.
Thank God Frank and Eric are gonna watch this show, man.
What isn't that what they're for? Come on, man.
We'd have our fucking credentials gone.
Come on, man. Isn't that what they're for, buddy?
All right, what else? Still people 13, almost fucking 2 hours in. There's still people watching. Weird guys, talking heads.
What is that?
Hunter,
Is that
I will
your
personally
head rush shirt on?
No, this is the Cool Dads Club.
Oh,
I'm glad everyone fun in on that. Hold up. I'm glad everyone tuned in on that video this afternoon about beards, men. I don't know.
I'm not sure what he's talking about.
I got nothing. All right. I think everybody's getting tired of us fucking being assholes in here.
All right, buddy. Well, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll be back same place, same time next week. Went a little off the cuff for the last 40 minutes or so. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And whatever the fuck that is.
My truffle shovel yesterday.
Oh, try to make up for your loss of mic.
Speak of the English.
English?
See y'all in May, damn, that's wild. Speak of the English. Honestly, Nate, deal.
Until next time. Roast beef.